Hey, what's up, guys? Well, I got another video I want to share with you guys of some of the stuff I've been catching. And one of them is this weird thing I caught over this lake. And it's really weird. I'm actually on my Photoshop, so I don't know if it'll let me flick through, but look at this thing. Okay, it looks like some weird, like, leg bone or something, I don't know. But it's like this black smoke thing. And I thought it might be something on the camera, but it was on several different cameras. As you can see, you got on that one, this one, I mean, this one on the left. I'm on my Photoshop, so it won't let me, like, flick through them. I don't know why. But you got, right here, 5 different camera views. And this thing is on every one of them. So it can't be something on one of the cameras. And then I got several others of these black shadowy figures with like craft behind them. I mean, it's crazy. The ones that say raw on it will not let me edit it for some reason. But yeah, there's some crazy stuff. This one I think might be a spider. It still won't even let me look at it. Damn it. Here, let me go to my gallery. Let's see if I got it in there. Photoshop. Okay. Yeah, I should have more than this. I don't know why. But anyways, here's some stuff like, you can see this metallic craft behind this thing. It's some kind of weird ship. And these things are cloaked. I'm pretty sure the human eye can't see them. And what's really trippy is look at this one. Look at this thing. It's leaving a water trail below it. And then you got one in the sky up there. It looks like a saucer. And then this thing. I can't get a good look at it, but we could try to brighten it up or something. I mean, these ones are already about as good as I could get them. Try to brighten it up. See, you could see some object. Inside that thing. And it's leaving this trail. It's crazy. And then up here, there's like a saucer type deal. You can see the outline of it. The rim. Yeah, I thought that was pretty crazy. I showed that one. Then there's this one that didn't have the cloud on it, but you can clearly see. I mean, look at that. It's metallic. It's got these weird shapes and kind of weird lights on it. And it's definitely not a cloud. It's probably one of these things that were covered with the cloud before. But yeah, it's not a bird. And it's not a cloud. It's got metallic features with the sun. You could see the sun gleaming off the bottom, or the water reflecting, or whatever. Thought that was pretty strange. This was a space cam in Florida, and I kept catching all this weird stuff. Right here, it looks like a, it's hard to see. This is another one where I think it's a reptilian or something up close with a camera. It's really hard to see because that's their plan. You know, they don't want us to see, but there's the head, here's the mouth, and there's an eye. Oops, right around there. There's another eye right behind here. I know that one's probably hard to see for you guys, because the quality gets worse every time you edit it too. I mean, sometimes it's like you got your pros and cons. You can see certain features better, but then it also makes the distortion a little more, and sometimes you have to lighten it up to see stuff. But yeah, here's another shot of this thing. This is weird. It was in several different cameras. And you can see this other craft right behind it. Looks like a little spherical craft or something. I don't know what this thing is. It looks organic almost. Looks I don't want to say what it looks like, but you guys could use your imagination. This is like a flying, male organ. But then in the background here, we got another craft. I think that was the one I showed earlier. That's above the water right here. So, and this one in the top left, I'm not sure if that's a craft or something on the camera, but this thing I caught in several different cameras, so I know it's not just something stuck on the camera. Anyways, oops. Let's move to this one. This one was kind of weird. There's this lake thing, and it looks like a tractor pulling this, what seems to be a boat. It's one of the weirdest looking boats I've ever seen, though. I mean, it looks like there's a tractor that's pulling it in. But look around the boat. I mean, it looks like just some weird stuff surrounding this boat on the bottom. And it just looks like a weird color. It's like red. I've never seen a boat that looks like this. I don't even know what that is. I mean, it's just very, very weird looking. It almost looks like there's like an eye on top there. But what else is weird is look at this thing coming out of the water that wasn't there in the other views. I mean, there's a couple things in here. This thing poking out of the water in the background. Some huge structure type thing. And then look up here. Got three other smaller craft that are in the sky. I don't know if they're birds or what, but it just seems really weird with this thing poking out of the water. It's a very odd looking boat. And then these three craft, I guess. I just thought that was a real strange picture. Nothing's really too defined in this, but this boat is very odd. I mean, nothing really looks recognizable as a boat to me. Kind of looks like a trailer in front, but I'm not even sure about that. Because look at this. On the ends, looks like you got like, I don't know, just some weird stuff coming out. It's very strange. I'm not even sure if that is a tractor. I assume it is. I assume it's a tractor that pulls something, pulls boats out. But I mean, you look on the bottom of this so-called boat or whatever, and it looks like organic type stuff. Very strange looking. I don't know. And these three craft in the background, very odd. And what's this thing here? Almost looks like it's coming out of the ground. And that's what I thought at first. I thought there were things coming out of the ground over here. Then I look on the lower right. What is that? But it almost looks like things coming out of the ground here. You got this thing over here curling around. Not sure what it is, but it's very weird. Very weird looking boat. It doesn't even look like a boat to me. I have no clue what that is. No clue what that is. That's very, very weird. I don't know. Anyways, moving on. This was a picture I captured on a weather cam. It looks like Independence Day to me. You got this huge, like mothership type craft. But it's weird. It's got this thing coming off it. You got an eye right here. I don't know. It's very weird. You can see how the clouds are like partially like sifting off it and uncloaking this thing. You can see the metallic structure of it. And like the rims. And you can also see more metallic, huge structure like ships over here. I mean, it's just crazy looking. Look at this stuff. I mean, look at that. That's not all mountains, guys. Actually, I'm almost positive that's not a mountain. Because you can see, when you look closely, it's like a huge, man, it's like a huge labyrinth. You got this face right there. Got these like tower walls. And it comes down. I mean, this is just crazy. There's this face right on here. 2 eyes. It's got its mouth open. I can't draw with my thumb. You can see a nose with a mouth open. But yeah, just huge. It looks like a huge Independence Day craft, doesn't it? Wow. I mean, I wish there wasn't so much distortion in these. The weather cams weren't so crappy. But you can almost see a elongated skull being right there in the front. It looks like he's got an elongated skull with 2 eyes. Just really crazy stuff, guys. I mean, this is just nuts. Well, where was I? Oh yeah, that looks like a big reptilian eye too. Look at this. You got a slit right there. I mean, the eye is like their main symbol. I see that in all these things. This picture is just nuts. Anyways, here's the image of the ISS, or it's a camera. It was on EarthCam on Florida. It's pretty much the same thing as the ISS. But I've caught some crazy stuff lately. All the little structures and stuff I was catching years ago have gotten bigger and bigger and bigger. Like they've gotten closer, or they're adding more stuff. But look at this structure right here. I mean, this is unmistakable. There's like this thing that goes up like that. It's really weird, but you could see the stuff over here, like a huge craft. I mean, it goes all along under the sun, or what they call the sun. It's not a burning ball of gas. It's a 3D holographic projection. And I don't know if they're adding more, if there's more equipment showing up or whatever, but you could see structures in there behind this light. I mean, look at this stuff. Yeah, it's crappy quality, but I had to lighten it up so you could clearly see there's these structures there. But yeah, this is one of the wild images I caught. I mean, there's several of them that I've caught, but that one's like one of the most obvious. Anyways, moving on. I got some other stuff I want to show you guys. Okay, there's this pond in Botswana with this weather cam, and I've caught some really, really strange stuff going on here lately. There's always these elephants that drink out of this water, and I've noticed a lot of these elephants are deformed. Like, some are missing eyes, some are just look really weird, some don't even look real, some look robotic. But I'm thinking the water is probably radiated, because I've caught stuff in this water and stuff coming out of this water, and then I catch these flying things. They've showed these on TV shows before. I don't know what they call them. They call them like pole flyers, or I can't remember what they call them, but people used to thought they were bugs going in the camera, flapping real fast, but it can't be that. I mean, look at this. Look at the trajectory of this. And they're all over the place, and they only show up at like night. It's weird. And they get really close, and you can tell it's like one type of organism. It's not like multiple bugs or anything. But when you look closely, when you see where they're coming from, look up. I'm going to turn this one. Okay, look up. They're coming from this cloud ship right here. You could see it. You could see some of these things coming from here. You could see this one coming down, and this one it goes straight out, and it comes down, and it shoots that way. And then this other one goes straight up. And that's just some of the crazy stuff I catch on this. And then look over here at the clouds. Look at this. It's like a space station. This thing has like an elbow to it. Damn it. It goes here and it comes out, and it's got another compartment here. It's got a circular orb above it. That's what I noticed about a lot of these craft. They're more like stations, and they got side compartments and just weird stuff. But I've caught these things coming out of the pond from under these little mini island type things. I caught some crazy stuff under the water. Okay, here's some of the elephants. But you could see these things. This is like, it's always horrible quality. But there's these huge craft that is being blotched out on the camera. I mean, it's the whole back scenery is this huge craft where these things are coming from. Look at this thing. Oh, it's coming out from here. I mean, you could see partially of these structures where they're coming. I mean, it's huge. Some of these things got tentacles. It's like almost like the whole forest turns into this big ass, I don't know, alien thing. It's ridiculous. It really is. It's crazy. Look at this thing going across. And how it comes around and out. I mean, just wild, wild stuff here. And I know the quality's bad, but I had to try to look through the darkness. It's like plain black darkness. I'm trying to figure out what is all this stuff. You could see part of this huge craft thing. What the hell am I doing? Sorry guys, I'm an idiot. What am I doing? Look right here. There's part of this craft, or I keep calling them craft. I don't know. This thing is like so big. You can see parts of the structure. I mean, it's huge. The whole thing is huge. And then it gets crazier. I mean, look at this. I had to brighten this one up. It kind of looks crappy. But look over here. Look at these, like, physical looking, like, tentacles coming from the darkness here. Look at that. Look at these things coming out here. Coming over here. I thought this was some kind of crazy bug. Because look at this. It's almost like a leg right here. I don't know where his head is. Thought this might be like a horn. His head might be here. Look at this. You got like an elbow there. I mean, it's just nuts. It's blowing my mind what this stuff is. Look at that. It's like a huge spider or something. I know the quality's so bad, but I know there's just something crazy behind there. And look at this thing. Like I said, these things come from underneath these islands here. Look at this one on the bottom. It comes out from these little caverns. You can see these little caverns that are under these little island things. Like, okay, you can see a little cavern right here. See where this is coming from? There's a cavern in there. And then over here, there's like this little cavern thing with a little door under the water that I've caught. And it's like these things come out from under the water, some of them. And then here's another one. I mean, look at this. You could see this metallic stuff in the background. I know it's just horrible blotchy stuff, but bear with me. Here. This is what I mean. Look over here. This is what I was saying just a second ago about this little opening under here. See this little opening? You see where this thing is coming from? See, there's things that live under this whole thing. It's probably some kind of underground base. And I got some stuff that'll blow your mind that proves it 100%. 100%. I mean, I got some stuff. It was right around here. This thing comes, it's a picture, but it shows this thing that came out from the water. And it was some kind of like bird head. But it was some kind of like alien type thing. It's really, really weird. I'll have to show that on my next video. But this one, yeah, look at this, guys. I mean, look at this. You can't tell me you don't see this huge alien type ship stuff going on. Look at this. This metallic, crazy stuff that they're trying to cloak with this blackness. I mean, the metallic. Look at this. Huge craft right there. And you could see where these things are coming from. This thing's coming directly from that craft. It's coming directly from it. You could see it coming up and coming down. It's coming right out from there. That is just wild. And then this one, it starts to get morning, and you can see some kind of, looks like some kind of little craft right here. I don't know if that rose up from the seabed, but you could see under the seabed there is a structure. There is a structure right there that I was talking about with a little opening. This thing raises up. There's the top of it. And there's little canals and tunnels in all these little areas. I mean, there's some wild, wild stuff that goes on in this pond, guys. I mean, I got a bunch of stuff. But look at this. Damn it. Look way back here in the background. See where this thing's coming? Way back here. It's coming out from this thing. It's like a chimney-like thing with a hole or some kind of tunnel that it's coming from. It's almost shooting it. It's this huge ship in the background. It won't let me zoom in any farther. I wonder if I can. Hold on. Sorry, guys. I'm flip-flopping here. But I want to get over here and check this out. Okay, crop it. Done. look at this. See where that's coming from? And look at that huge, like, craft right there. And you see how it's all black under it? It's like covering it. You got this huge craft like thing. And I don't know if this is separate or a different craft, but there's this thing above it that this thing is shooting from. And look up here, you got another, seems like a saucer or something, some huge craft up here. You could see the rim of it. And it's almost shooting some kind of beam from it. Really weird, guys. Anyways, I wanted to share that with you. And I think that's all for today's session. I'll have more videos coming. And, hold on, there's one more I wanted to show you guys right here. This was in Alaska. I've caught this type of stuff before. You got this craft right here. There's actually a couple. There's quite a few crafts in this one. Come on. Okay, so we got the thrust or whatever, or this cloud that's trying to cover it, but you could see the edges of these craft. And then this one, there's a triangle right here. Actually, it's shorter than that, but I'm pretty sure that's a TR3B. You got, there's like 3 things right there. And then there's another craft right there. Yep. And you can see the structure of it right in there. So yeah, several craft. And then actually, you know what this is? And then I figured it out. I think I figured it out. What this is, it's a triangle. But then it goes long ways, and it goes like this. And then it hooks to this one. It's going this way. You can see how it's doing that. You got the triangle top, and see how it's like a tunnels straight back. Then it goes to the right, where you could see more of the structure, these translucent structures that are just outside of our frequency. It's weird because I like to think of it as like a radio station. The cameras, like when you're at a radio station and you get closer to the station you want to get to, the closer you get to it, the better you can hear it. But before you get to it, it's more static, and then it gets less static. You could hear it a little more clear. And the cameras are closer to that radio station than our eyes. They pick up more frequency, more spectrum. So they will pick up more of the objects, and they can see like the outlines of these objects and the translucent versions of these objects that our eyes cannot catch. And that's why cameras will always pick up more than our eyes. And that's why when the sun, we can't see a lot of these lenses from the sun with our eyes. You can see them on the cameras, but you can't see them with our eyes. And people like to call them lens flares or some crap. But no, it's like that for a reason, because our eyes cannot see ultraviolet or infrared. We all know the sun has ultraviolet rays, infrared rays, and the same thing with these lenses. They're ultraviolet spectrum. We cannot see them with our eyes, but the cameras do. And the cameras are what's giving it away. And that's what's going to eventually give it away to everyone. Yeah, there's definitely a structure right there. But, yeah. and I cannot be convinced otherwise now. I mean, I'm sold on it. I've caught so much evidence that really there's no other explanation. Right here, I know this is bad quality too, but you can see a structure that almost looks landed. It almost looks like it's landed right here. It's right behind the trees. And then you got this triangle right here. That's a TR3. Oops, that was horrible. But that's a TR3B. You can. It's really crappy quality, but you should be able to make it out. There's a triangle. You can make out this light spot, that light spot. That's a TR3B. And this stuff, there's probably some kind of base in this mountain, which when you look on this image, you can look into this. I mean, it's still horrible quality, but the way this mountain's laid out is like perfect for a base. It's got these like flat ridges and edges, just like a building would be in there. And I'm sure these things are just hovering around this base. But anyways, I'll leave it there, guys. Thanks for watching. God bless, and stay safe.